lecture plan, right? So where we have completed the syllabus as per the Fourier series contents. Now
So
we will look
complex
at a complex form of Fourier series.
Fourier
Also we
integral.
have
So complex form of Fourier integral.
that we have done
हाँ sir.
complex form of Fourier integral also we have done in the last class, right? On Monday we have done that. Have a look. Complex form of Fourier series we did. Fourier integral, sine integral, cosine integral, and complex form of Fourier integral also. Right?
Yes sir.
Let me show you the copy. See there, complex form of Fourier series, Fourier integral, sine, cosine integral, complex form of Fourier integral. Right? 1 by 2 pi integral minus infinity to infinity c omega e power minus I omega x d omega, where c omega is equal to this. Right? Hello?
Yes.
Yes sir.
Yeah. Now can we go to the applications? The second unit, unit 2. Application of PDEs, right? Okay. Applications of partial differential equations. Actually, in this unit, we have the classification of linear second order PDEs, right? Classification of linear second order PDEs. Next, elliptic, hyperbolic, parabolic equations are there, and solution by separation of variables, and boundary value problems particularly. Okay, these the main three topics are there. One is classification of PDEs, classification of PDEs. Next, there will be the classifications, solution of the PDEs. By separation of variables. Actually, here classification of PDEs of second order linear homogeneous PDEs, right? linear PDEs of second order. Okay, and then initial boundary value problems. IVBPs, initial boundary value problems, right? There, heat equation, wave equation, Laplace equation. Okay, these are the three main components are there. Now, actually, in the last class we have, last several classes, we seen that the Fourier series, right? Fourier series is one of the technique to obtain the solution of the linear homogeneous PDEs corresponding to the initial and boundary value conditions. A problem with initial conditions is called initial value problem. A problem with the boundary conditions is called the boundary value problem. That means, suppose if a physical problem is given by the differential equations, where we know some of the solution at some points in the boundary, this is called the boundary conditions. Okay, so using that boundary conditions, we have to be solve the equation. It is called the boundary value problem. Initial value problem means there are initial conditions. Usually a physical model, a mathematical model will be described as the mathematical model. Here I would like to giving you a brief idea on that. The mathematical model means there will be the partial differential equations or equations plus initial conditions plus boundary conditions. So initial value problem means partial differential equation or equations plus initial conditions. Boundary value problem means partial differential equation or ODE, whatever it is, plus boundary conditions. IVBP means PDE, this is IVBP. Okay, all right.
Yes, sir.
There usually any physical problem we have been described mathematically. It is called the mathematical model. That model consists the differential equations plus initial conditions plus boundary conditions, which is called initial boundary value problem. The initial value problem means differential equations plus initial conditions. Boundary value problem means differential equations plus boundary conditions. This is nothing else to be more on this one. Okay, right. So already we said that the Fourier series is one of the tool to solve the differential equations, linear homogeneous PDEs corresponding to the boundary or initial conditions, boundary and initial conditions. This method is known as Fourier method or separation of variables. Okay, Fourier method or separation of variables method, the method of separation of variables, right? So solving PDEs with the initial and boundary conditions through the Fourier series is called Fourier method or method of separation of variables. Method of separation of variables, right? So now we will look at the Fourier method or the method of separation of variables to solve these linear homogeneous partial differential equations. Linear homogeneous partial differential equations. Okay, I will write it here for your convenience. The Fourier method. Fourier method or method of separation of variables. Okay, that means solving the partial differential equations. That is how the partial differential equations are. The method of solving, method for the solving linear PDEs with corresponding initial and boundary conditions. Okay, this is the method to solve. Here you may be writing method to solve linear PDEs with corresponding initial and boundary conditions. Okay, right. So here, so now let us see, before going to the partial differential equations with initial and boundary conditions, first let us classify the PDEs of second order. The first step we will look at, we can classify the PDEs. Classification. How we can classify them? So here consider a partial differential equation of second order which is linear and homogeneous. Linear homogeneous. Okay, it is given by, say, A into dou square u by dou x square plus B into dou square u by dou x dou y plus C into dou square u by dou y square plus D into dou u by dou x plus E into dou u by dou y plus F into u is equal to 0, where u is a function of x comma y, where x comma y are the independent variables. It's very clear this equation is of second order, right?
ये होमोजेनियस थोड़ी है.
Is it homogeneous or not?
No, sir, it is not homogeneous.
Why?
So because
It's
there
सबका
are
order.
second order, sir. First three and then
Second
it is
order.
first.
Second order homogeneous. That means
Second order.
huh? Right. That means it is of second order derivatives. You see all the second order derivatives are having only 1 degree, so that it is linear, and all the second order derivatives are there. So here there is no role of the first order derivatives. This is homogeneous of order 2. Order 2, right? Is linear homogeneous of order 2. Second order equation. Okay? Or you may be just you write it, it is of just f of u comma dou u by dou x comma dou v by dou x like is equal to 0, like also we can write it. Here no role of the first derivatives. This is second order PDE, it is linear and homogeneous of order 2. Okay? So where capital A comma capital B comma C D E and F are functions of x, y or real constants. Or real constants. This PDE is called this partial differential equation is called just giving you the classification. Number 1, parabolic. Number 2, hyperbolic. Number 3, elliptic. Okay, elliptic equation, parabolic equation, hyperbolic equation or elliptic equation. When if b square minus 4ac value, if it is greater is equal to 0, is parabolic. Is equal to 0 is parabolic. If b square minus 4ac is greater than 0, hyperbolic. If b square minus 4ac is less than 0, then the equation is said to be what? Elliptic equation, right? Elliptic equation. These classification will govern that the type of the equation or type of the problem can easily to identify whether it is well posed and has a unique solution or not. Like that we can decide the nature of the equation through this classification. Here note that the lower order terms means that first order derivatives do not play any role in the classification of the equation. Okay, So any second order differential equation can be classified through the coefficients of the second order derivatives, where A is taken as the coefficient of dou square u by dou x square, B is the coefficient of dou square u by dou x dou y, and C is dou square u by coefficient of dou square u by dou y square. From that we can calculate b square minus 4ac. If b square minus 4ac is greater than 0, that we call it as hyperbolic equation, where b square minus 4ac is equal to 0 is called parabolic equation, where b square minus 4ac is less than 0, then it is called the elliptic equation. Elliptic equation. So here I would like to giving you the examples for the respective classifications. Okay, we can make it here the example. Please take them. The examples are, I think here. Number 1, for the parabolic equation. So you might be known that dou u by dou t is equal to c square into dou square u by dou x square. Can anybody say what is this? Huh? Right? What is this? These are the examples for the parabolic equation. What they are? This is what is this? One-dimensional heat equation. This is two-dimensional heat equation. Okay, and now for hyperbolic equation, we can write it, the examples. One is dou square u by dou t square is equal to c square into dou square u by dou x square. Number 2, dou square u by dou t square is equal to c square into dou square u by dou x square plus dou square u by dou y square. Right? What are there? This is one-dimensional wave equation. This is two-dimensional wave equation. Okay, right? And for the hyperbolic, the elliptic equation, the example is given by only one, that we have dou square u by dou x square plus dou square u by dou y square is equal to 0. Can anybody say what is this? This is two-dimensional Laplace equation. Right? These are the usual classification of any second order linear PDE. second order linear PDE, where A, B, C, R may be functions or constants, in which that can be classified into parabolic, hyperbolic, elliptic. Parabolic equation, there were the examples of heat equation, which are given by dou u by dou t is equal to c square into dou square u by dou x square, or in two-dimensional one, which is given by dou u by dou t is equal to c square into dou square u by dou x square plus dou square u by dou y square. And then the hyperbolic, where it has b square minus 4ac greater than 0, and the basic examples are the wave equations. One-dimensional wave equation is given by dou square u by dou t square is equal to c square into dou square u by dou x square, and two-dimensional wave equation is given by dou square u by dou t square is equal to c square into dou square u by dou x square plus dou square u by dou y square, right? Where b square minus 4ac less than 0, dou square u by dou x square plus dou square u by dou y square is equal to 0, which is the Laplace equation. Okay? If you have any doubt in this, we can easily to classify these equations into their categories, parabolic, hyperbolic, or elliptic. So we can see a simple example for this classification. So let us consider the given equation, classify this one, say dou square u by dou x square plus 3 into dou square u by dou x dou y plus dou square u by dou y square. Classify the following. Number 1. So can we classify what is this? Is equal to 0.
So hyperbolic.
Huh?
Hyperbolic.
Here you see what is the coefficient A? A is equal to 1, right? A is equal to 1, right? So therefore, b square minus 4ac is equal to 9 minus 4 is equal to 5, which is greater than 0. So where b square minus 4 is greater than 0, then it is said to be
hyperbolic.
a hyperbolic equation. Now look at another example. We are taking dou square u by dou x square minus 5 into dou u by dou x is equal to dou u by dou y. So can you classify this?
Hyperbolic.
A is equal to 1, B is equal to 0, C is equal to 0, right?
So elliptical.
Therefore, b square minus 4ac is equal to minus 1, which is less than 0. So hence this equation is
Elliptical.
elliptic equation, not curve. This is an equation. Okay?
Sir, 0 will come.
Yes, sir. 0 will come, sir. Parabolic.
The 0
Yes, sir,
parabolic.
parabolic.
Right. Sorry. Yeah, BAC 0, so therefore it will be 0. Correct. This is parabolic. Parabolic equation, right? Okay. You see that another example where we can write it. Dou square u by dou x square minus 4 into dou square u by dou y square is equal to 0. minus or plus, let us write. Now check it. What is this equation? Where A is equal to 1, B is equal to 0, C is equal to 4. This one,
Elliptical.
therefore,
Elliptical.
B square minus 4AC is 0 minus 4 is equal to minus 4 less than 0, right? This is
Sir, 16.
4, 16, what, into 4. Okay, elliptic equation. Likewise, we can classify the equations to find out the solutions. That means to classify the given second order linear equations. Okay. Now look at another important principle definition, which is called superposition principle. Can anybody say what is the superposition principle? Anybody have? It is an important property of the linear PDE is the superposition principle. Superposition principle. Oh. Suppose if a differential equation, having independent solutions, say u1, u2, so on, un, n solutions. If u1, u2, u3, so on, un are solutions of linear PDEs, then their linear combination what is the linear combination? That means C1U1 plus C2U2 plus C3U3 plus so on plus CNUN is also a solution of the PDE. Okay, where that is, you can write it. If U1, U2, U3, so on, UN are the solutions, then their linear combination, you maybe take it, U is equal to C1, U1 plus C2, U2 plus so on plus Cn, Un is also a solution, where Ci's for I is equal to 1, 2, 3, so on, n are arbitrary constants. Okay, this is also a solution where U1, U2 separately, they were independent solutions of linear PDE, then the linear combination is also the solution. Okay, that we can extend. There may be a solutions, infinite number of solutions. If a PDE has infinite number of solutions, say u1 comma u2 comma so on, un comma so on, infinite number of solutions, then their linear combination as per the superposition principle, linear combination, u is equal to c1 u1 plus c2 u2 plus so on plus cn un plus so on, that is equal to sigma n is equal to 1 to infinity cn un, right, is also a solution. Is also the solution of the differential equation. Okay, this is the usual superposition principle, so which can be implemented very easily in the Fourier method. Okay, now look at the solution of the differential equation by the Fourier method. That is Fourier method. I would like to giving you. Or method of separation of variables. Method of separation of variables for solving PDEs. Here what this method, it says that suppose let x comma y be the independent variables and u be a dependent variable. U be a dependent variable of the PDE, partial differential equation. Then this method of solution, the method of separation of the variables are the Fourier method. Then the method of separation of variables finds or gives, you can write it, method of separation of variables provides a solution in the form of a product of function of x and a function of y. So you tell me here, I just gave some space intentionally. What is the solution type? Because we are solving a PDE with the conditions, so the resultant solution will be, what is the type of the solution? Is it a general solution, complete solution, or particular solution?
General solution, sir.
Huh?
General solution.
General solution.
We are using the conditions also. This will be a, we are using the conditions means we are finding all the unknown functions or the arbitrary constants. So that resulting in a particular solution. So we can find a particular solution by the method of separation of variables in the product of function of x and function of y alone. Okay. So what will be the solution of a differential equation when u is the dependent variable and x and y are the independent variables for the differential equation? Can anybody say? That is, we can write the solution. What is the solution? Solution of PDE, which is u of x comma y, right? U of x comma y is equal to, we write it, the solution as a product of function of x alone and product of with the function of y alone. Okay. Say capital X is the function of x alone and capital Y is the function of y alone. This is very important. This is what exactly what we do the Fourier method or the separation of method of separation of variables, where the solution is being considered as the product of individual functions alone, function of x alone, function of y alone, their product of x of x into y of y. X of x means, just for your understanding, I am writing of x. X of x. Capital X is a function of small x alone. Capital Y is a function of small y alone. So here I am writing capital X of x is a function of x alone. Capital Y of y is function of y alone. Okay. So therefore that function, that solution is being separated individually as the independent variables. So product of x of x, y of y, y of y. Okay. Suppose if you consider the solution is u is equal to x into y, write it here for your convenience. I am just writing. That implies, consider u or u is equal to, you can write it. I am just avoiding to write it this of x comma y. So therefore u is equal to capital X into y. The solution u is taken as the product of x of function alone and y of function alone. So therefore, so in a PDE of u, where the dependent variable u being considered in the PDE, that means it consists the derivatives of u. There will be, it will be second order, let us assume. So therefore there will be up to second order derivatives will be contain the partial differential equation. So therefore you have to find out all the derivatives in terms of capital X and capital Y. So therefore we can find out, therefore we have all the derivatives. I am just calculating. Dou u by dou x is equal to, what is dou u by dou x? Dou by dou x of capital X into y. Because capital X is a function of x alone and capital Y is a function of y alone. So while differentiating with respect to x alone, which will giving you capital Y will be a constant, y as it is, and x will be a function of x alone. So therefore its ordinary derivative will be, so we can just write it y prime or y dash, x dash or x prime. Okay. Similarly, the same way, dou u by dou y is equal to, we write it dou by dou y of x into y, capital X into y. You remember that capital X is a function of x alone and capital Y is a function of y alone. This we were in which, while differentiating with respect to y partially, where x will be a constant So therefore x remain because it is a product of y of function. So therefore will be a function of y alone. So while differentiating it with respect to y, so it will giving you the ordinary derivative y dash. Similarly, we can write it the higher order derivatives also dou square u by dou x square is equal to, which will be giving you y x double dash into y. Similarly, dou square u by dou x dou y is x dash into y dash, and dou square u by dou x dou y square is equal to x into y double dash, right? Where x dash is equal to, what is x dash? This is an ordinary derivative d by dx of capital X. Similarly, y dash is equal to d by dy of capital Y. What is x double dash?
d by dx of d by dx.
D square by dx square of x. Y double dash is equal to d square by dy square of y. Okay, capital Y. This is small y, right? So like that we can separate the variables. This method we treated that solution will be product of function of x alone and function of y alone. So likewise we can substitute in the given differential equation all the derivatives while being replaced with these ordinary derivatives. So therefore they can be easily to separate. Okay. So the solution can be obtained separately for capital X and capital Y. And finally, once we find out the solution capital X, capital Y, so we can substitute here for the required solution of the PDE, u of x comma y is equal to capital X into capital Y. So what in the method of separation of variables, we are finding individually capital X and capital Y, and finally writing the solution of the given PDE as the product of individual functions capital X and capital Y. Okay. So here let's take an example to solve the problem. Let's using the method of separation of variables. Variables, solve the partial differential equation dou square u by dou x square is equal to 16 into dou u by dou y. Okay, tell me what type of the equation is. What is the type of this equation? Either it is elliptic equation, hyperbolic equation, or parabolic equation.
Parabolic equation.
Parabolic equation, right? Very good. So now we can obtain the solution. So by using the method of separation of variables or by Fourier method or method of separation of variables. So why Fourier method means we are using the Fourier series. I will tell you where the Fourier series is to be implemented. Okay, so the Fourier method. So the solution will be u of x comma y is equal to, assume that capital X into capital Y, capital X of x into capital Y of y. Okay, say equation 1, this is 1, this is 2. So therefore here we have two derivatives only. So we know that, or we have dou square u by dou x square is equal to x double dash y,
X double dash into y.
Dou u by dou y is equal to x into
y
capital
dash.
Y dash. Okay. So now we use these two derivatives in the given equation. So therefore one become x double dash capital Y, substituting them into the above equation 1 is equal to 16 into dou u by dou y is capital X into y dash, right? Now we will see it here. This we can easily to separate as x functions one side and y functions one side. y terms one side. So therefore, this will be separated as x double dash by 16 into x is equal to, right, y dash by y, right?
Right, sir.
So we have separated here. So this we will write it as. So now we will see these are two different kind of functions, where LHS is a function of x alone and RHS is a function of y alone. Two independent functions are equal means they were equal to what?
Constant.
Constant.
Yeah, they were equal to some constant lambda, right? I am just considering that constant lambda. Okay, because of two independent functions are equal means they were equal to some constant lambda. Okay, so now these result in you two ordinary differential equations. Say this is an equation 3. These result in you three ordinary differential equations. Now from 3 we can write it as x double dash minus 16 x into lambda is equal to 0, and don't confuse, this is not into x. Next, another one, y dash
X.
minus lambda into y is equal to 0, right? We're getting two equations. We're getting two equations, right? So
Right.
therefore, we individually solve these equations, capital X and capital Y, and substituting them into the required solution u of x comma y is equal to capital X into capital Y. Okay? Could you solve this capital X, capital Y? Because we have considered this capital lambda. Lambda is any constant. That may be a 0 is also a constant, or that may be a positive constant, or that may be a negative constant, right? We will describe the solution into that three constants: positive constant, negative constant, and 0, right? Can I do it right now, or we will do it in the next class?
Sir, we'll do it in the next class, sir.
Okay, very good. Thank you. No problem.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah,
Thank you, sir.
clearly understood, where we have seen the classification of PDEs, their examples in which the superposition principle, the property of the linear PDEs. So that superposition principle indicates that if that has n independent solutions or infinite solutions, their linear combination is also the solution of the equation. And the method of separation of variables we have been explained, and we will solve the problem that we have make it into two ordinary differential equations of the for capital X and capital Y individual functions. They will be solved separately, that resulting you the required solution of the PDE. This is the process or methodology of the Fourier method, or the method of separation of variables, right?
Yes, sir.
Right, sir.
Good. Any doubts?
No, sir.
Thank you. Good.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
Thank you, sir.